This presentation will cover how the Builterra platform is used for OSIM bridge and culvert inspections, specifically data collection, reporting, and the BCI calculations. For those who don't know about Builterra, our core competency is construction contract administration. These processes are performed on public sector projects, usually internal inspection and contract administrators, using Builterra for bid preparation, estimating, mobile data collection, specifically daily diary and photos, as well as progress payment, reporting, and dashboards. For enhanced project management, we also include approval workflows on reports and documents, ad hoc reporting, document repository. Other items like task management, RFIs, and submittals are included with the Builterra platform. Specifically for OSIM, the integration with Microsoft PowerBI will be of interest. The updated mobile app is a native app that works on or offline using iOS or Android mobile phones and tablets. It's a non-programming forms system that allows you to configure any attribute for data collection. Geolocation is available on the inspection itself and every individual photo. Reviewing PDF documents is possible through the app, as well as addressing tasks that are assigned to you. Some of the cities and municipalities already using Builterra for construction contract administration are the following. Some of the engineers are also using Builterra. In fact, a lot of them in Ontario, such as Stantec, EXP, AECOM, and WSP, are using it for the transportation and infrastructure groups, as well as smaller outfits like Cambium and Crozier using it for land development and geotechnical projects. The current state, of course, is handwritten notes, transcription to the computer, and then ultimately reporting. Using Builterra, we're looking to use the mobile app for data collection and photos with real-time update of the web portal. This, of course, feeds any kind of progress certificates and dashboards for reporting. Some of the custom deliverables that we provide for construction contract admin are daily reporting, MTO checklists, photo reports, etc. Health and safety, site visit reports. Virtually any document that is done manually using paper can be transcribed to the Builterra system. The Builterra platform is essentially built on the mapping system of Microsoft Azure, so everything is very geospatially aware. All of the processes you see, right from design all the way through to as-built GIS, can be captured in the field using Builterra. This, of course, includes the OSIM bridge and culvert reporting solution. When you initially log in with your email and password, you'll see any projects that you're associated with. So therefore, if the public sector client has a number of bridges to be inspected, they would host the site, meaning they would subscribe to Builterra and add external consulting engineers to that account. It's all hosted in Microsoft Azure, and the management of the users can be done by the public sector client or by the engineer who's managing the inspection projects. The project map shows all of the locations of bridges or any other project that the public sector client might have. This is geospatially using the latitude and longitude of the asset, and attached to every asset is the inspection and photo data. Upon selection of the project, you'll see a list of applications for that project. In this case, we see all of the use cases for this particular user. For OSIM bridge inspections, you most likely would see just dashboard inspections, documents. If you're doing rehab work, you might also see the actual bid, the progress payments, possibly tasks, RFIs, all related to the construction process. For OSIM bridge inspection and reporting workflows, it's very specific to the Builterra platform. First thing we do is load the historic data from the public sector client. This would include a latitude and longitude of the bridge itself. Any historic bridge data, in other words, all of the attributes required for the OSIM report, would be loaded as well using Excel. Any elements in the past, for example, abutments, decks, etc., would all have their own individual element inspection data. And these are line items that would be uploaded to the bridge element inspection forms. So this is all through Excel. Once loaded, the mobile app can be used to edit or create new element information. Of course, in real time, you'll see the element inspections happening on the web portal, and ultimately the OSIM reporting and the BCI metadata reports will be the result. The idea here is that we have one central database. So we have all of the projects in one central system, all the photos and data from field technicians. We're able to review these reports in the office. We're able to download all of the reports, maybe put them in a document management system or other asset management systems, and then ultimately integrate it with GIS or the ERP systems used by the public sector client. So how has it changed the bridge inspection workflow? Like we mentioned earlier, a lot of pen and paper is used for this process, marking up old OSIM reports, dragging and dropping photos into Word or Excel. These processes have really gone away with the use of mobile phones and devices. Using Builterra, we can capture all of the data quickly and easily using a mobile phone. The data then goes into the central database and is ready for post-processing. In other words, we have all the photos in a photo map, we have all the OSIM and BCI reports, we have GIS ready files, and we have any metadata files like Excel reports. Included in this list could be the PowerBI integration or any kind of Maximo or asset management system integration. So for project managers, the biggest thing is to create the projects online using Excel, uploading all of the data into the Builterra system, and then reviewing the attributes to make sure they represent the past historical data of that asset. The bridge project is self-contained. In other words, you have a bridge point in a map, and it has all of the attributes attached to that project, including users, internal or external. So you could split this among many different inspectors in the field or other consultants external to your organization. The historic bridge data these are all configurable attributes that can be uploaded to the Builterra project. So this data is uploaded using Excel for one or more bridges at a time. So you can actually download all of your bridges and upload all of the data in one upload. So using a batch process, you can download the Excel spreadsheets and then simply upload them. This is an example of what that might look like, where you're getting all of the bridges in a spreadsheet with all of those attributes ready for upload. So this is the first thing, this is the first step to get the historic data uploaded. For the field inspector, once that data has been uploaded, you might want to look at uploading all of the individual elements. So let's look at that process. So part of the OSIM data collection in the field starts with some field inspection information. So this is basically the on-site part of the OSIM report that's completed for each day. Then you have the individual element inspection report. So part of that is all of these attributes are configurable, and they have pages of data, including the condition, which is of most interest for the BCI reporting. So this is the information that is most relevant to updating in the field. And so all of this data appears on the mobile phone when needed. So uploading the element data for that existing bridge could be as easy as uploading every property for each element from a past report. So converting that past PDF or Word document into this format, either manually or through some automation, would be possible. So that's the historic elements being uploaded, one-time only procedure once it's in Builterra. So once you have all of the elements, you'll see the elements now appear under the bridge itself, in this case the Brown Crescent Culvert. You'll see the OSIM bridge element inspection data now, all nicely grouped based on the element type. And then upon selection of that purple inspection form, you see all of the data down below. So now you can see every element and the condition of each in real time once it's been edited in the field. Here it is. For mobile data collection, we're using a mobile app, in this case on an Android phone or tablet. It's as simple as picking from the, in this case, the field inspection information is the form we're going to start with. We're going to pick the bridge of interest and then immediately fill in the information. In this case, the field info, the investigations information, some of the structural notes here for the summary of the OSIM, and any relevant photos of the bridge itself, nothing to do with the elements. So any bridge photos can be added here for most recent photos. So there, we've submitted some photos for that field investigation, and that could go into the OSIM cover page. For the element inspections themselves, when you select the OSIM bridge inspection form and the bridge, you'll see a list of submitted inspections in the past. That's your historic data. And you'll go ahead and pick on one of the elements, and all of the pages above here represent the pages in the element report. So in this case, something about the element. So this will be all preloaded based on that Excel work we had done earlier. So maybe a location, maybe not so important for elements, but who knows. If you've got Esri shapefiles, you could upload them into here as a backdrop to the bridge. Okay. Then you're going to go ahead and check the quantities. Those again should be preloaded. They wouldn't necessarily change. And of course, the condition is what we're after. So the condition would be assessed, and this is what would normally be updated. So you reselect or retype in some of these condition percentages or quantities. You could then put in performance and maintenance deficiencies here as needed. And of course, take this photos of the element themselves. So you take updated pictures of the element and through gallery or while you're on site. And you can caption those with locations, and ultimately you can mark it up. You can point deficiencies out on the photo if need be. Okay, and then you'll update that element. Okay, so what does it look like in the office? So when you're in the office, and as the inspection is happening, when you select on the OSIM bridge inspection, you're going to see all of the latest information start to appear, and you're able to go in and review that data online. And if you have the rights, you can actually adjust this information using a laptop or in the office. When you select download on that report, you see the stylized OSIM report. So all of this data coming from the project itself, the field investigation information, and the element data is all rendered into a single report. So this is what we're after, is the final OSIM inspection report. So that's all rendered from the mobile app and the project data. So just some examples here, as well as a cover page showing BCI and possibly BSI depending on your requirements. So this is the cover page of the OSIM, which shows all of the elements grouped, sorted, and then of course all of the quantity data is summarized. Unit price data is a resource file that's uploaded to support the BCI calculation. So at the end of this report, you'll see a condition index here, and that serves as the overall BCI metadata report. So when we're looking to do other calculations, we have a database that we can run BSI reports. We can look at past data and do life cycle bridge condition reports. And that's really up to the public sector client as to what type of reporting and what type of dashboards they want to see. All right, downloading all the reports to a zip file is the easiest thing to do if you're looking to just send that data off to a client or put it on a cloud document management site. You might want to sync it with your OneDrive or your SharePoint site. There's lots of opportunities to get this data, including shapefile exports, using CSV and Excel. Plenty of ways to get the data out. Okay, so this is a picture of the zip file, which has every OSIM report as a doc file. Part of the benefit of using geolocated photos is everything is in a map interface. So the photo map feature in Builterra allows you to zoom into the world map and review every geolocated photo. So upon selection of the photo, you will see all of the metadata and even the report, the OSIM report that uses that photo. So there's a good example of zooming in, and the clusters of photos start to break apart. And this isn't just for OSIMs. It could be anything. It could be site visit reports, progress construction report photos. So anything related to the Builterra platform would appear in this portal. So there's a good example of selection of a photo. You see the metadata and options to download the report directly from here. So a great way to look at historical data. As well as the photo map, you have access to a document repository system in Builterra where you can use file folder system, sort of like a Dropbox or a OneDrive, to grab information directly from a folder file system, and it will give you the same report as what you saw in the portal. Ad hoc reporting allows you to select multiple bridges in an account and produce spreadsheets or PDF exports for review. So you could say, give me a summary of these bridges with just the BCI data number, and you have a spreadsheet. So a summary essentially. Okay, same thing for elements. You could do element filters and review using the ad hoc reporting. I wanted to conclude this initial presentation of the bridge management system with a live demo. So once you log in using your email and password, you'll see a number of projects available to you. In this case, my email is attached to many different accounts. I'll go ahead and select Asset Management. This shows all of the bridges that are available for my editing or access. So these include each individual bridge. If we have custom dashboards, in other words, non-PowerBI dashboards, they could appear here as well. So right now we've got some activity, something like this. Maybe if you select what type of inspections you're interested in, they would appear here. Okay, so there's all of the account, the entire account, all of the inspection that's occurred. And you can look at a project map. It shows all of the bridges that are in this account. You can go ahead and select a bridge depending on which one you want. Okay, so in this particular case, the OSIM bridge, we'll pick that one. So as I mentioned before, my email has access to many, many different applications, including the inspections portal. So I can look at element inspections here, and it shows everything here. So when I pick this one inspection for the element, it will give me element data that's been preloaded through Excel, as well as any photos that are assigned to that element. Okay, if map was of interest to you, all of the inspections also appear in a map view. In this case, it's not so important for elements. Field inspection information could be taken each and every day. So if you click on this for every single day, there could be different field investigation information. Okay. The OSIM meta, this is the metadata report. So for each report, maybe every 2 years, there will be a separate entry. And this report is what we call metadata. It will reference all of the elements done in that year. That's how the program works. And so when we download this PDF, it produces the BCI report in real time, and all coming from the database. So this PDF generated the BCI data, index of 74. So, and then it will go on and show the stylized OSIM report with all of the field inspection data, element group data, and any attached photos for those elements. If we go to the bottom here, it starts in with the photo reporting here. All right. So all of that is super available to the project managers. Again, document management can happen here. We have all of the inspection data is available as just like what you saw in the inspection portal. So in some cases, project managers might not see inspections. They'll only see the documents themselves. So they can just simply download the doc file. You can also upload files for past projects. So you can double click this and it'll online view a PDF of the past OSIM report. This is handy for field staff who want to review PDFs in the field. So you can look through those PDFs either online or on the the device. Okay, tasks can be assigned. Specifically, this might be of interest to people looking to assign high priority repairs on a bridge. Bids and tenders could be also, you can grab that and literally attach any task to the bridge. Bids and tenders could be assigned as well. You could create a brand new bid for repairing the bridge and monitor progress using a typical progress daily reporting system. And finally, the internal dashboards out of the box are really things that come with the product, but typically we would add specific dashboards for the client. So if we're looking at, say, element data here, this really gives you a insight into all of the inspection data, who did it and when. So as you can see, these are all the element inspections. You can look at the individual elements here, the metadata reports here. Yeah, so just some basic stats on that. Yeah, so you can see who. So I've done all the work, and maybe some recent activity on the project here. Okay. There. Okay, so that's the portal, and next we'll look at Power BI. This is the Power BI PBIX file that was created just as a demo, and essentially it is looks at the various Builterra data for the account. So if I was to select, for example, this major group of transportation, I got 5 assets or bridges, and these are my 5 bridges. So I can see right away what the current replacement value is of each bridge, as well as the current rehab estimate based on the BCI report. So the orange line represents the BCI of the current year. Now keep in mind, this is the current year, so it's using the data from past the reports that were done most recently. A drill down could be this table here or this table here. So you could look at past data. So the idea of life cycle curves would be to look at the maybe 10 years of data and select the years that you're interested in seeing. So that's one option here. The life cycle data, so this is going to look at the 10 years of the same information, and of course the BCI is dropping over that period of time. Okay. This data could come from an external Excel file or table that's on the client-side system. Using Power BI, you can connect to external systems as well as the Builterra system through the API. Right. The selection of an individual bridge, this has been preset, so typically you'd have a lookup list here, but I've preset it to this bridge. So you'd see individual element groups here, and of course all of the current values that are established through the BCI report. So I can go ahead and pick, say, decks, and I would get my deck information with the information directly from the BCI report, or the element inspection report data. Again, any past data could be presented here for the elements themselves or the bridge. So this is all configurable through the Power BI system. And it really comes down to what the client wants to see and how we can slice and query that data. A lot of these dashboards in Power BI, like I said, can be connected to internal systems on the client side end, databases that we don't have access to. For Builterra, it's not just for OSIM bridge inspections. We deal with a number of different markets within the civil engineering field. So if you're using Builterra for OSIM, you could also use it for the rehab of those same bridges. You could integrate geotechnical borehole logs with that, any kind of utility engineering, data collection and reporting. So this is really a centralized system for all kinds of different types of work that we do in civil engineering.